Here to talk a little bit about IB in their classrooms, I have 6th grade math teacher, Mr. Kyle Isler, on my right, and 6th grade science teacher, Mr. Skylar McCulley, on my left. First question to Mr. McCulley, what has IB meant for your teaching and for your students?
IB for me, as a science teacher, means to encourage my students to become risk takers. We need to encourage our students to take risks, thus exposing them to ideas and concepts they might have never known about had they not been a risk taker. Risk taking means exposing students to different ideas and different cultures and fits into the IB model. It helps them with their problem solving skills. And it's also breaking down the fear of our students that they have of failure. By breaking down that fear, they will try something new. And as educator, it's my duty to help support them and pick them up when they do fail. And hopefully they succeed the next time.
Thank you, Mr. McCulley. Same question to you, Mr. Isler. I'll repeat it. What has IB meant for your teaching and for your students?
Yeah, IB's been great. It's been new to us this year. It was a little scary getting into it, not totally understanding it right away, but now that we got into it, taking it by the horns, and our kids really embraced the IB learner profile, the learner traits. We really focused on open-mindedness, focused on being accepting of other cultures, and kind of that worldview, that IB really centers around. I saw students excited about presenting their own ideas. I saw students excited about coming to the classroom each day and just getting into other people's, other views, and they really enjoyed that collaboration. And the statement of inquiry was great. They really enjoyed that. And overall, IB was a very engaging process for me and also for them, and it really, I think, extended my teaching and extended their learning for the unit we did. So IB was really a great experience for all involved.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, gentlemen. Go Aviators. Now we have 6th grade humanities teacher, Mr. Matt Horning, here to share with us. Mr. Horning, could you tell us a little bit about what it's like to be an IB teacher this year at Alliance Middle School?
Being an IB teacher, it has caused me to change the way I think about how I plan my lessons for my students. Tried to focus on putting a lot more responsibility in the students for coming up with the ideas of where they want to take their learning. There's something in IB called the statement of inquiry, which is a sentence that we put up on the board and we discuss what do we want the students to learn. And from there, they have a lot of choice in how they want to show what they've learned, what type of direction they want to take it, and it allows it to be more personalized. So some students that are interested in music are able to put that twist on their learning. Some students that really enjoy artistic drawing or creating visual things on the computer, they're able to make some choices in that direction. Other students that really enjoy collaborating and talking with one another, they're able to maybe find ways to do an oral presentation with a group. And so I've enjoyed seeing that. It's also made it really challenging for the students because IB challenges them to find new ways of thinking, new ways of presenting information, and in the end, I see them grow more. I see them feel prouder of their success because they came up with the ideas of what they wanted to share instead of just, I did exactly what Mr. Horning asked me to do and got an A. It is, I decided how I wanted to present what I had learned. And so it also makes them value the learning more. They ask more questions themselves. And my favorite part, I think, as a teacher is the moments that I have conferencing with the whole room is working and it's just a buzz. I've had to get used to giving up a little bit of the control of the noise in the room, but I'll set up a station and have kids will make like appointments with me. I want to talk, this is my idea and I'm having trouble, I'm struggling with this. Or I'll notice one student who's getting a little bit behind the others and I'll say, why don't you come over here and sit and we'll talk. It reminds me of those moments that I have with my own children sitting at the dining room table because there's a project coming up in their classroom. And I've really liked getting to have those individual moments with students, helping them think through their ideas, and then I send them off, and they're back on their own. And as I said, that's been a challenge for some of them, but I think it's good for them to work through that process. So for me as a teacher, I've had to put so much more time into preparing the lesson. Once the lesson is up and running, I'm more of just like the referee, watching what's happening, keeping people on task, making sure they're following the rules, and helping them work through some of the difficulties than being up in front of the class every day teaching the lesson. So that's been a big change for me, but it's been a good change, I think. And it's not that we teach the lesson like that every day, but more often the responsibility is with the kids. And even though it's been tough for some of them, I've seen a lot of growth. So it's been very positive for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Horning.